Okay, so today I'd like to share with you what's happening in Uruvela up to Rajagahar when the two top disciple arise with the places that we have visited. Then it will be more meaningful for your knowledge. Okay. So after Buddha's enlightenment in where? Bodh Gaya. So he spent, some say 7 weeks, some say 5 weeks, but that is not so important. Important is the Dhamma. Okay? Don't spend time go and say, quarrel with people 5 weeks or 7 weeks. That is not the essence of the teaching. What is the essence of teaching? Four Noble Truth is the essence of teaching. Okay. So after 7 weeks, the essence of teaching. Okay. So after 7 weeks, Buddha, before 7 weeks, a thought arise in Buddha's mind. He thought, the Dhamma I experience is so profound, so deep, and it's against human beings' desire. So if I preach the Dhamma, I get myself very tired because sensual pleasures who have a lot of craving for life, for sensual pleasures, will not understand my teaching. Then he said, why not I don't want to share. Otherwise, I become very tired because people cannot understand me. People do not respect the Dhamma. So it's a when after that, when the thought arose in his mind, then the Brahma who stay in the Brahma realm, we have 3 realms of existence. The first is called sensual realms where we stay. Okay, the second one is called Rupa realm. We born there. No jhana cannot go there. Okay, then the up one is called Arupa realm. So Sahampati Brahma stay in Rupa realm. Sahampati Brahma, those who stay in Rupa realm got psychic power. So immediately he knew Buddha's mind. Then with a snap of finger, he came down from Brahma realm and talked to Buddha. Then he told Buddha that, blessed one, in this world, there are people who have few dust in the eyes. Although majority got many dust in the eyes, that's why their eyes are blind, full of dust, cannot see clearly the real nature of samsara. But still, there are people who have only few people, if they do not got chance to listen to your teaching, it will be a great loss for them. Just like a pond, the lotus pond. Some immerse out of the mud, right? This type of people only got few dust because they come out from the mud. They are not inside the mud. So this type of people can see reality as they are. So after that, Buddha was convinced by Sahampati and decided to talk. Convinced by Sahampati and decided to talk. Now I have a question for you. The Buddha arose in this world simply because he want to save, or he want to preach the Dhamma, to help people to cross the death of life of samsara. No, before he become Buddha. Why he want to become Buddha? Because he want to help people. But why? After he become Buddha, then he don't want to teach. There is a same being to cross the birth and death of samsara. Okay, why? Why he didn't want to teach? Against his original vow, right? Yes, one is, before he became Buddha, He never realized Parivibbana, the cessation of Nama Rupa, is very scaring for many people. Because most people cling to life. They want to be assist. They want to live in the world constantly. So all religion talk about eternality life. Even Hinduism talk about eternality life. Religion talk about eternality life. Even Hinduism talk about eternality life. Islam talk about eternality life. None of any religion talk about cessation of mind and body with no existence. So it can be very scaring for people. After Parivibbana, where am I? Because people strongly cling to existence of I, of mind, of life. So before Buddha gained enlightenment, he did not understand, attain. And such profound Dhamma is against human beings' desire. Therefore, he said that, forget it. It's too hard to teach. So this is one of the reasons. The second reason is he knows Sahampati will come. To know Sahampati will come to persuade, to ask him to teach the Dhamma. In order to show the greatness of the Dhamma. You see, the Brahma world. Sahampati is also highly worshipped by Hindu. Hindu pay homage to Brahma. Their religion, they want to reborn in Brahma world. They say human beings come from Brahma, come from Brahma's mouth. The low caste come from Brahma's feet. High caste come from Brahma's mouth. So come from Brahma's mouth. So to them, Brahma is a great being that they worship. So now the Brahma have to come to Brahma world and to ask Buddha to please Buddha to teach. This show that greatness of the precious teaching of the Dhamma. So for these two reasons, Buddha first, he didn't want to teach. Okay. Then after that, Buddha agreed to teach. Then he thought to himself, whom should I teach first? Had taught him attainment of arupa jhana before he became Buddha. So the gratitude, as a student, we always have gratitude towards the teacher. The teacher impart the knowledge unselfishly to the student. Without gratitude, we are not human beings. We are animals. Therefore, Buddha recollected his gratitude towards Alala and Uddaka, although what they taught him is not the path to enlightenment, he still have that gratitude. So he used path to enlightenment, he still have that gratitude. So he used psychic power to see where is Alala, where is Uddaka. Unfortunately, Alala and Uddaka just passed away 1 week or 2 weeks ago. Then Buddha said, what a loss ago. Then Buddha said, what a loss. What a loss. Alala and Uddaka reborn in Arupa world. They have no ear. Otherwise, Buddha can go to Brahma world to teach them, but they have no ear. So even Buddha go to no ear. So even Buddha go to the Brahma world, they have no ear to listen to talk. Without listen to talk, no one can become enlightened except Buddha himself. Buddha is Samma Sambuddha. He gained enlightenment by his own effort and wisdom without teacher. Enlightenment by his own effort and wisdom without teacher. So apart from Buddha, all sentient beings has to listen to talk first before become enlightened. So Brahma has no ear. So Buddha said, what a loss. Then what are the next person? You all know already. What are they? Men in Uruvela. Okay. Then these 5 ascetics left Buddha. They taught Buddha, when Buddha accepted Sujata's meal, so they taught Buddha start to indulge in sensual pleasures. he is far away from the left. We leave him. So the 5 monks left left Bodhisattva at that time, and they went to Isipatthana Sarana, where we visited the place in the first. That is the first destination we visited. Visited the place in the first. That is the first destination we visited. Remember that or not? Okay. So then Buddha set the journey to Isipatthana. So when they met with these 5 monks, and these 5 monks saw the Buddha, they don't. Bodhisattva has already become enlightened, become Buddha already. They say that, oh, the monk is coming. He indulged in sensual pleasures. Let us don't care him. No need to pay any attention to him because he's far away from the Buddhahood already. But Buddha come close and tell him, friends, I have become enlightened. Then they don't believe. For a second time, Buddha told him, I have become enlightened. I am awakened one. They don't believe. He said that even you practice self-mortification for 6 years, and yet without gain any enlightenment, how come after eating you can enlighten? Why they have this type of view? Because before Buddha come to the world, the practice is that self-mortification is the only way to enlightenment. They think that all desire, like lust for the opposite sex, like wanting to eat good food, want to hear pleasant music, want to see beautiful, and desire come from the body. So if body is well fed, if body is fed with good food, then the desire become more and more. Right? Therefore, in the ancient time, before Buddha, in order to gain enlightenment, they thought we must, torture the body until there's no desire from the body. So this is a wrong view. Wrong view adopted at that time. So therefore they say, even Buddha practiced self-mortification for 6 years and cannot get enlightenment. How can he become enlightened after eating milk rice offered by Sujata? But Buddha for the third time Buddha told, I already become enlightened. Then Buddha said that, I already become enlightened. Then Buddha said that, do I tell you before that I have attained enlightenment while you all accompany me? Right? The 5 monks think yes. Before that Buddha never say he got enlightened. Now he say he got. Before that Buddha never say he got enlightened. Now he say he got enlightened. I think maybe it's true that he really got enlightened. Then they start to pay respect to him and listen to his first sermon. What is his first sermon? Dhamma Chakka Pawil of the Dhamma. And this sutta deal only with 4 noble truths. And it's by practicing or realizing the 4 noble truths that Buddha become enlightened. So after Sotapan, then later on, as Buddha keep teaching, the remaining 4 monks also become Sotapan, but not yet Arahant. Until few days later, Buddha taught the second sermon, that is Anatta Lakhana Sutta, the sutta of that all of them become Arahant. So now, how many Arahant in the world? 6, including Buddha himself. So there are 6 Arahant. Then after that, there was one very renowned lay person called Yasa. Yasa come from one day while enjoying sensual pleasures with all the female. Then he fell asleep. Then the female saw him fell asleep. Then they also lie down here and there with the saliva flowing out from their mouth. Right? So when Yasa woke up at the midnight, he saw all this, wow, like a channel, like a midnight, he saw all this, wow, like a channel, like a cemetery, is it? Like a cemetery. Oh, so fearful, it's life. So repulsive is all this woman. So he get, we call spiritual urgency. He get a lot of samvega. So he came out from his house, spiritual urgency. He get a lot of samvega. So he came out from his house and telling that it's very fearful, it's very fearful. At that time, he went to Isipatthana. Then Buddha was walking up and down in the Isipatthana, and Buddha saw him. Buddha said, "Oh, Yasa has no fear. Come. So Yasa came close to him, and Buddha preached him the Dhamma from the Dana, Sila, then heavenly bliss, and finally the Four Noble Truths, and Yasa become Sotapanna. So when Yasa disappeared from his golden house, his parent was very anxious. Where was Yasa? So his father followed the footprint of Yasa and also came to Isipatthana. At that time, and also came to Isipatthana. At that time, Buddha saw his father. Buddha said that if Yasa's father saw Yasa here, his mind get disturbed. He should not, Yasa's father should not say, "Oh, come, sit here. I will listen to my talk." Then Buddha same thing, give Dana, Sila, and morality, heavenly bliss, then Four Noble Truths. Then Yasa's father become Sotapanna. At that time, Yasa also sit beside Buddha, right, to Yasa's father. So he also listened to the talk. And when the talk finished, Yasa become Arahant. So at that time, two persons, his son become Arahant, his father become Sotapanna. So Yasa's father asked Buddha, can he become the follower, the lay devotees of Buddha? And he take refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So Yasa's father is the first lay man disciple take the three refuges. Lay man disciple take the three refuges. Okay. Then after that, Buddha let Yasa's father see the Yasa. Then Yasa, at the time Yasa already become Arahant. So he has to become monk, otherwise he cannot live the world. Anymore. So he asked permission to become monk. Then Yasa's father invited Buddha and his follower for meal dana in his house. So the next day morning, Buddha and Yasa and another five ascetic monk who has become Arahant already, they all went to Yasa's house, and Yasa's mother and his former wife served the food, and Yasa give them talk. And Yasa's mother and his wife, they also take three refuges from the Buddha, and Yasa's mother and former wife become the first female lay person to take three refuges in the history of Buddhism. Okay. Then after that, because Sarna, so many of his friends, now they are, I think 54 friends, all from very high class, all very wealthy, hear that Yasa, such a great monk, become the follower of the Buddha, and we follow his footsteps. So all these 54 wealthy merchants from very good upbringing, very rich family, they came to Buddha, and Buddha gave them talk. All 54 become Arahant. So now how many Arahants there in the world? 6 Arahant. So now how many Arahants there in the world? 61, including Buddha. So in Sarna Isipatthana, Buddha tell this 60 monks, you all should wonder in whole India. Wonder in whole illness and welfare for all sentient beings. Those beings who met you, who offer you food, will gain a lot of merit. When they listen to your talk, they will gain enlightenment. So go. Don't stay together. Go one by one person, one direction. Go roaming around the India. How the Dhamma start to spread out. Okay. After that, Buddha asked them to leave, and he said that I will go to Uruvela. Uruvela is where he practiced self-mortification. Now, why he want self-mortification? Now, why he want to go back to Uruvela again? Why? Because he want to preach Dhamma to 3 brothers called Uruvela Kassapa, the head, and Kaya Kassapa and Nadi Kassapa worshipping. Because before Buddha gained enlightenment, there is no noble evil path. All are wrong practices. Either self-mortification or rites and rituals or worship the fire. So Uru Kassapa is very powerful. He got 5 brothers, some got 300, some got 200, but they practice the wrong practice, and yet Uru Kassapa thought he was Arahant. Because so many people worship him, then he forgot himself, thought he was Arahant. So when Buddha arrived there, Buddha come close to him and say, can I stay? But there's a fierce Naga here. If you can stay. So Buddha used psychic power to tame the Naga. So Buddha used many psychic power to try to convince Uruvela Kassapa that Uruvela Kassapa that Buddha was Arahant. But Uru Kassapa was not convinced. Finally, Buddha said, this ignorant person, this ignorant monk, ignorant or foolish ascetic, always think that he himself was Arahant, and I always think that he himself was Arahant, and I am not Arahant. Let me tell the truth. So he tell Uru Kassapa, said that, Uru Kassapa, you are not Arahant. Neither you know the way to Arahantship. Know the way to Arahantship. He tell the truth to the you don't even know the path, how to practice to attain Arahant. How can you become Arahant? So only by telling the truth that Uru Kassapa was awakened. Buddha Uru Kassapa is not convinced that Buddha is Arahant. But by telling the truth, then Uru Kassapa was convinced that he himself is not Arahant. Then he bound to Buddha and become Buddha's disciple together with his another 2 brothers. So each monk, each Kassapa did have a lot of followers. So all followers, I think around 1,000 follow Buddha. Okay. Then Buddha bring this 1,000 people. Then they move to Gaya. Bodha Gaya and Gaya is 2 different places. Give him the 3rd discourse, fire sermon, Aditta Pariyaya Sutta. And all 1,000 followers become Arahant. So what's the content of this talk? Buddha said, fire sermon. He said, I is on fire. I, visible object, is on fire. I, contact, is on fire. I, consciousness, is on fire. Whatever feeling, whether pleasant, unpleasant, neither pleasant nor unpleasant, born out of ear contact, is on fire. They are burned. Burned by what? Okay, they are burned by what? Yes, by lust, some more, by anger, by delusion. Okay, how this comes to be? Let's say when your eye sees a beautiful object. When an eye sees a beautiful object, this is a contact. We call eye object. This is a contact. We call eye contact. When there's eye contact, I sees beautiful woman. I sees. So it's called eye consciousness. So because the object is very beautiful, then due to this pleasant eye contact, there arise what? Pleasant contact. There arise what? Pleasant feeling. There arise pleasant feeling. When there's pleasant feeling, depend on pleasant feeling, what arises? Craving arises. Depend on pleasant feeling, craving arises. So when at that moment you don't have mindfulness, you are not aware that pleasant feeling has arisen in you, and you do not keep your mindfulness on that pleasant feeling, that pleasant feeling give rise to craving. So when the craving is on fire, eye contact is on fire, feeling is on fire, craving is on fire. Similarly, when the eye sees your enemy, something you do not like, is eye also on fire. Visible object also on fire. Eye contact also on fire. Unpleasant feeling dependent on unpleasant feeling. What follow after unpleasant feeling? What follow after unpleasant feeling? Anger, yes. So when anger arises and you do not have mindfulness to be aware of that anger, angry mind as angry mind, and that anger, angry mind as angry mind is impermanent, then without mindfulness you are burned by anger. Therefore, Buddha say, it is on fire. Suppose you see a stranger, then suppose you see a stranger, then due to eye contact, what type of feeling will arise? Neither pleasant nor unpleasant. When neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling arise in your mind, you have no mindfulness. You do not take this neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling as object, then you thought you have no feeling at all. This is ignorance. So at that moment, when the ignorance arises in you, you are burned with the fire of ignorance. Therefore, it is on fire, eye consciousness on fire. Pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling, or neither pleasant nor unpleasant, all are on fire, all are burned by greed, hatred, and delusion. Okay. So is pleasant feeling permanent or impermanent? So is pleasant feeling permanent or impermanent? Impermanent. What is impermanent? Is it suffering or happiness? Suffering. What is impermanent? Subject to change, suffering. Can you regard that feeling as my permanent self or not? Yes or no? No. Therefore, understand all feelings, understand all feelings are impermanent, suffering, and non-self. One gets disenchanted. Permanent, impermanent, not myself, not myself. It arises due to causes, due to contact. Contact can be eye contact, can be ear contact, nose contact, tongue contact, body contact, or mind contact. So all are impermanent, all are suffering, all are not self, because all arise due to causes. So once you keep seeing everything is impermanent, your mind gets disenchanted. You do not like them anymore because you cannot control them, because they are arising and passing away, because they are not subject to your control. So your mind gets disenchanted. You want to detach from them. From the disenchantment, there is dissipation or fading away of the lust toward your feeling. You no more attached. You no more like whatever feeling that arises in you. Then being disenchanted, being dispassionate. Fading, the last fade away, then one becomes liberated. So after this sermon, fire sermon, all 1,000 monks led by Guru Kassapa, Nadi Kassapa, and Gaya Kassapa become Arahant. Now more than 1,000 Arahant in the world. Okay. Then after that, Buddha moved to where we also visited, we call Miminsara. King Miminsara met Bodhisattva before he became enlightened. So when Buddha moved to when Bodhisattva set his journey Sara, and Miminsara liked him very much and asked him to say, I give you half of my kingdom to you. You don't have to strive for Buddhahood. But Buddha said, no, this is not my desire. Then King Bim, this is not my desire. Then King Bimbisara said that if you gain enlightenment, don't forget to come back to me. Don't forget to come back to me. So Buddha, after Bodhisattva gained enlightenment, he remembered his promise to King Miminsara. So therefore, from Uruvela, he moved to Rajagahar in order to meet with King Miminsara. So King Miminsara heard about this and quickly came to Buddha. Miminsara heard about this and quickly came to Buddha. And Buddha gave him discourse and he became Sotapan. After becoming Sotapan, he invited Buddha and his great follower to come for meal dana next day. And on the next day, come for meal dana next day. And on the next day, he offered the bamboo grove to the Sangha to be the place for them to spend their vasam. So bamboo grove is the first monastery offered to Sangha, led by Buddha. So while in bamboo grove, there's one very important episode happened. You know what? In bamboo grove is the two top disciples of the Buddha, Sariputta and Moggallana, came to see the Buddha in bamboo grove. Before that, Sariputta called Upatissa and Gorita, jail. But they cannot get enlightened. So one day, when Upatissa, who is Sariputta later on, went out and saw Asaji. Asaji is one of the 5 monks that follow the Buddha. So then he saw Asaji's, his gesture, everything is so mindful. He must be the enlightened one. Let us follow him and ask what Dhamma he practiced. So he followed Asaji and asked Asaji, what Dhamma you practice? Who is your teacher? Asaji said, Sakya monk. A Sakya monk is my teacher. Sakya monk is my teacher. Then the Dhamma, he said, I just newly ordained. I cannot give you very long discourse like me. I can give you very short, brief discourse. Then Sariputta said, no problem. You give as much you can tell me, because Sariputta is top in wisdom. So he got confident that I can understand. You tell as short as possible and let my wisdom to understand it. You see, a great man say differently. If a wisdom low people, you tell me the longer, the better. People, you tell me the longer, the better. But for Sariputta, no, don't tell me the long one, short one enough. My wisdom will understand. Okay. So Asaji give very long. Buddha say everything arises due to cause. And Buddha tell the cause already, and all these causes already, and all these causes will come to cessation. Okay, any of you become enlightened now? None. But Sariputta become enlightened. Sariputta heard everything come from the causes, and Buddha tell the causes. Did he become Sotapanna? We listen 100 times or so, no feeling. Therefore, we are third class of people. We are not first class of people, right? Remember, I tell 4 categories of people. Sariputta belong to first category. Listen to short discourse, become enlightened. We also listen, but nothing happened to us. Therefore, we have to admit we are not the first class. Neither we are the second class. The best is we are the third class. Third class also got a lot of hopes. So long not the fourth class. Okay. So, what teacher? My teachers in Membu Grove, Rajagahar. Sariputta also in Rajagahar at the time. So he quickly go and tell Gorita, Mongalana. Gorita is Mongalana. Before he become monk, his name is Gorita. Because they are, 2 of them are good friends, they already promised each other, please come and tell each other. So he quickly go and see Gorita, say, I found the path, and repeated what he had heard to Mongalana, and Mongalana also become Sotapanna, because Mongalana also belong to first class of people. Okay, belong to first class of people. Okay, then 2 of them get very excited, say, we quickly go and follow Buddha. But before that, we still have gratitude toward the Sanjaya. Let us ask him to come together. But Sanjaya said that I already become teacher for so long. How can I become a student again? You all go. The wise people will follow you to Buddha. The foolish people will follow after me. Then, so because Sariputta, Gorita and Upatissa, they also have a renounced person. So they bring all his followers, they left the Sanjaya to go and see Buddha. And Sanjaya was heartbroken and vomited blood. Due to his conceit, he cannot follow Buddha. He thought he is a great teacher already. How can I go and become student again? Okay. So when the Upatissa and Gorita came to Membu Grove, offered by King Niminsara, then Buddha saw them. Then Buddha announced in the public, see, my 2 top disciples are coming. Then among the assembly, some people show their disapproval. They protest. They are just coming. Who are they? We do not know. Serving you before you strive for enlightenment, right? And this Uruvela Kassapa and his brother bring thousands of followers, and all of them become Arahant already. Why you go and declare that these 2 new coming people are your top disciple? One is right hand coming people are your top disciple. One is right hand disciple, one is left hand disciple, the most eminent disciple of the Buddha. So many people feel discontent. They protest. Okay, why? Why Buddha appointed them? Why? Why Buddha appointed them to become great? Not great. So in the Sawaka, Sawaka means Buddha's disciple. They are also got category 1. The first category is called Aga Sawaka, only 2 persons. We call Aga means top, Sawaka, only 2 persons. We call Aga means top. Aga Sawaka, only 2 persons. Mahamongalana and Sariputta. Then below the top disciple, there's great disciple. We call Mahasawaka. There are 80 of them, including Mahakasandanya, and so on. So, why Sariputta and Moggallana are appointed to be top disciples? I think if you are the 5 Panchavaggiya, you also feel discontent. I follow you so long time, I serve you so long time, you don't appointed me as top, but why you
Inspiration in their past life.
Yeah. Each person got his title. Like Anuruddha are foremost in divine eyes, because in his past he make aspiration to become a Mahasavaka, to possess divine eye. In the past, they make aspiration to become Agat Savaka, top disciple. And no need to jealous of them because they practice harder than others. To become top disciple, they got to practice paramita for I think, if I'm not mistaken, 1 asankhaya and 100,000 kappa. Buddha has to, shortest to become Buddha. There are 6 categories of Buddha. One is foremost in wisdom. So he become Buddha by way of wisdom, and the shorter duration is 4 asankhaya and 100,000 kappa, like Gautama Buddha. The second category, gain enlightened through faith. This Buddha takes it. This is the second category of Buddha. Third category of Buddha is through effort. He become Buddha, and this category takes 16. 8 times 2, 16 asankhaya and 100,000 kappa. So to become the top disciple and 100,000 kappa. So to become the top disciple, Pacceka Buddha takes 2 asankhaya. Pacceka Buddha cannot teach. But to become the top disciple, it takes 1 asankhaya and 100,000 kappa. 1 asankhaya and 100,000 kappa. So Mahamoggallana and Sariputta takes 100,000, 1 asankhaya and 100,000 kappa. And 100,000 kappa. Then the Anuruddha Mahakassapa take less than 1 asankhaya and 100,000 kappa. So they deserve it because they practice very hard. They practice longer in order to become top disciple of the Buddha. Okay, so Buddha, because it's their inspiration and they fulfill their inspiration. Then after that, Moggallana tried very hard. Within 7 days, he became Arahant. But Sariputta, who is foremost in wisdom, takes too longer than Moggallana. Why? Sariputta is foremost in wisdom. He should be quicker. But why he takes longer time to become Arahant? Yeah, because he need to analyze many states of consciousness. Like he's very profound in Abhidhamma. He teach Abhidhamma. So he takes time. Takes time to go deeper, to analyze different states of consciousness. Therefore, it takes longer time. Just like you all after lunch, I got to prepare my talk. In order to give good talk, you see, I got to, connect each one and remember the sutta. You see, I don't see books, I don't see notes on, right? So I practice harder than you all, right? Therefore, harder than you all, right? Therefore, my attainment should be higher than you all, right? Okay, so Buddha, Sariputta take longer time. So now come to the last part of my talk. I'm going to give very long talk because also very tired for my throat. I'm going to give very long talk because also very tired for my throat. How he gained enlightenment. So at that time, there's one ascetic called Dikha Nakha. Dikha means long. Nakha means this Sariputta. But he practiced ascetic. He's not a follower of the Buddha. But he has a question to ask Buddha. So Buddha knows he will become Sotapan. So Buddha doesn't mind to give him talk. So at that time, Venerable Sariputta not yet become Arahant. He's Buddha one arrow, shoot 2 birds. One is for his nephew, one is for Venerable Sariputta. So Buddha talked about feeling again, feeling. He said, There are 3 types of feeling. What are the 3? Please repeat for me. Pleasant feeling, neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling. These 3 types of feeling cannot arise together. Only one type of feeling arise at one time. So when there is pleasant feeling, there was no unpleasant feeling. Because there pleasant feeling, there was no unpleasant feeling. Because they contrast to each other. So either one, only one can arise at one time. 3 cannot arise together. Then Buddha said, this feeling is born from causes. They cannot arise without causes. All teaching of the Buddha is connected with cause and effect. So this feeling arises due to causes. What are the causes? What are the causes? Only one. Only one causes. Please remember that. Contact. Don't forget. Eye, please repeat after me. Eye contact, ear contact, nose contact, tongue contact, body contact, mind contact. Let's say food, when you take food, when the food touch your tongue, immediately you have pleasant feeling one. Unless the food you don't like one, touch your tongue, immediately you have pleasant feeling one. Unless the food you don't like one. The food you don't like, then there will arise unpleasant feeling. So you can check when eating. Don't enjoy too much. Arouse your mindfulness to see your feeling. Okay. So feeling arise due to causes. So feeling is dependent a reason state. What is dependent a reason state is permanent or impermanent? Impermanent. What is impermanent? Is suffering or happiness? Suffering. What is impermanent? Subject to change and suffering. Can you regard feeling as myself or not? No. Yes. So Buddha teach this feeling, contemplation on feeling to Sariputta's nephew as well as to Sariputta. And after the talk, Venerable Sariputta Arahant. And his nephew, while listening to Buddha's talk, become Sotapan. So Venerable Sariputta, by listening to talk, become Arahant because he belonged to first type of people. Okay? We better admit it. Don't hope that by listening to talk, I don't have to try, I become. No. Such people do not exist in this world. Exist during Buddha's time only. Okay? So after that, this great disciple, we call top disciple, not great, top Agaga. One is left-hand disciple, Moggallana, who foremost in psychic power. One is right-hand disciple, Sariputta, foremost in wisdom. So they help Buddha to spread the Dhamma. So they help so much. So when Venerable spread the Dhamma, so they help so much. So when Venerable Sariputta and Mahamoggallana pass into Parinibbana. So one day, Buddha in the assembly told the monks, "Oh monks, you see, now this group of monks appear to me." Told the monks, "Oh monks, you see, now this group of monks appear to me empty." Why? Because Mahamoggallana and Sariputta already left. Doesn't mean the other monks are not useful. No. Buddha much they help in spreading the Dhamma. So this is the episode. To me, I feel very important. That happened in Bamboo Grove, the garden offered by King Nimingsara. Okay. After that, Buddha come to Kusinara. Yes, it's our stuff. Okay, that's all for today.